Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? ¿Bien? Pues espero que sí. Bienvenidos una vez más a nuestra clase de español. Hello to everyone and welcome one more time to our Spanish lesson class. So far we was studying a lot of grammar and in specific the verb. So one of our classes was the regular verbs. And by now you should know how to conjugate any regular verb, which is, for example, like to love, amar. So yo amo, tú amas, él ama, nosotros amamos, ellos aman. So all the verbs ending in AR, all the verb ending in ER, all the verb ending in IR. Como vivir, yo vivo, tú vives, él vive, nosotros vivimos, ustedes viven. O comer, yo como, tú comes, él come, nosotros comemos, ellos comen. So that would be the regular verb. So basically any verb that you would pick that would be regular, you would say, oh, I know how to conjugate that. But of course, there is also the reflexive verb. So those reflexive verbs are verbs that you do to yourself. So it's a verb that you do oneself. Like for example, for example, is bañarse. Yo me baño, tú te bañas, él se baña, nosotros nos bañamos. So it's something that you do to yourself. I wash my face to myself. I wake up, I stand up for myself. So that are verbs that already was studied in that lesson. If you are not really clear, I would recommend you to go back to this lesson to master when to use most of those verbs. And the last part of the verb will be the irregular verb. So those verbs are the one that is a nightmare. So the reason is because there is a lot of rules how to conjugate and how to find all these verbs. And the most important is the conjugation. So for some verb that ended in this one, you will use this type of rules. So for all the verb that ended in this type of verb, we'll do the conjugation in this one. And as well, something called a stem verb, which means that the infinitive is going to change from the conjugation. Like pedir, for example, is to ask or pedir. So the verb is pedir, but when you are going to conjugate, you say yo puedo. So that changed now from pedir to yo puedo, él puede, nosotros podemos, ellos pueden. So you see that change from the infinitive, that change when you are doing the conjugation. So that is a little hard for irregular verb. Now I have two good news. I have a good news for you and a bad news. So let's go with the bad news. Again, the bad news is that because there is a lot of rules to learn how to conjugate the irregular verbs, my recommendation is do not learn all the rules. The best is just to learn one by one, and you learn your master. You can just master one verb, how to conjugate this verb that you need to know. I'm going to give you a list of all these verbs, how to conjugate the most important irregular verb. Just learn how to use each one. Now, the good verb, the good news that I'm going to give you is that I'm going to give you a tools at the end of this video that is going to show you how to do the conjugation for a specific verb or irregular verb, and actually in general for all the verbs. So if you don't have a dictionary or you don't have any book or where to learn how to conjugate those verbs, I'm going to give you a specific tool that has the pronunciation, the conjugation for each one, and how to use and when to use a specific verb compared to the English, of course. So this tool is going to be the best tool for you because every time that you have a question how to use a verb, you just put the verb and then it's going to tell you how to conjugate, the pronunciation, and when to use it. So that will be a good tool to have. So that will conclude, or that will finish with all the three types of verbs that we are going to use. Of course, we need to do the conjugation if you are going to use the past and the future, but we are going to use the same tool that I'm going to give you just to discover how to use the past and the conjugation for the past and future for a specific verb. The only thing is just to know the rules, when to use that. Of course, I'm going to give you the rules and teach you when to use and how to build a verb or a phrase that is in the present, how to build in past or in the future. So the same like you will use in English, I will, that will put the verb in future, and also when you use in past. So we are going to study all that. But for now, let's go to concentrate just how to conjugate the verb in a present and for the regular, irregular, and reflexive verb. So once that we've complete all these verbs, we are not going to touch that anymore, because then it will be up to you for you to master each verb that you want to learn how to use it. If you will know if it's regular, reflexive, or that would be irregular, and then you will know how to conjugate or to use the tool that I'm going to give you, so you will know how to use this tool to conjugate the irregular verbs. So I'm going to teach you that now on the computer. Let's go in the computer to see how to use to see all these big list of verbs that I'm going to show you, and then also I'm going to show you this as well, this tool. So let's go to in the computer. Nos see you in the next class. Nos vemos y espero que le vaya bien en la clase. Mucha suerte. Hasta la vista. Chao. All right, so let me show you the most used Spanish verb that you are going to use most of the time. So as I said before, there is three type of verbs. So we have the regular verb, then we have the reflexive verb, and we have the regular verbs. So we was studying all the regular verb, and by now you should know how to conjugate any verb in Spanish that are regular. So just by showing that saying that the verb is regular, so you will be able to right away how to conjugate the verb in for regular verbs. Then we have the reflexive verb, which already we was saying that we have some regular verb and an irregular reflexive verb as well. So you will know how to conjugate as well, how to use reflexive verb. And the last one is the irregular verb that, as I said at the beginning of the video, there's a lot of rules how to conjugate irregular verb. So that is, I don't recommend that you go and learn all these rules for each type of ending for irregular verbs. So the best way is just to know a list of verbs that are irregular, and you will know by heart how to conjugate each one and when to use it, and that's it. So then later in the future, you will know all the verb ending in this one. So that would be regular, and you will conjugate in this way, and this all the list of verbs that ended in this way, you will conjugate like that, because that would be irregular. But that would be in another level. By now, only just learn few of the irregular verbs that you use the most, and that's it. So that would be enough for you to establish any conversation. Then in the future, if you want to master all the Spanish and you want to learn all how to identify an irregular verb and how to conjugate in a different ending, so then you will be able to do it. But for now, let's go to take a look to a big list of the verb, the most used verb for regular and irregular and also reflexive. And at the end, I'm going to give you as well a tool how you can conjugate this list of irregular verb, that you will know how to conjugate each one and to learn by heart each one. So let's go to start with the basic communication and speaking. So we have hablar. Of course, this is a basic verb that we are going to use. And here you can see that I'm going to have in yellow that is a regular for regular. So hablar, so you say yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, nosotros hablamos, ellos hablan. So that would be a regular verb. And then we have decir, which is irregular. Later we are going to show you how you can conjugate that, and an easy way that you can find where to master those irregular verbs. Then we have preguntar, again, yo pregunto, tú preguntas, él preguntas, nosotros preguntamos, ellos preguntan. So it's the regular conjugation. And preguntar means to ask. Then we have responder or contestar is irregular. We have explicar, which is explain, mencionar, to mention, repetir, to repeat, irregular. We have for some that will be for travel and transportation, we have ir, very, very important, this verb, to go, so it's irregular. So again, I'm going to give you the tool how to learn how to conjugate that. Venir, as well, irregular. Llegar, yo llego, tú llegas, él llega, nosotros llegamos, ustedes llegan. Salir, which is to leave. Viajar, to travel. Conducir o manejar, which is to drive. So conducir and manejar basically is mean the same. And the both the now is irregular for this one. For conducir and manejar, it will be regular. Tomar un taxi. Tomar is to take a taxi or to take the bus. Tomar. For daily routine and household activities, we have despertarse. This is reflective, so I don't put anything there. So it's to wake up, it's an action. All the verb ending in S-E o S, la S y la E, S-E. Despertarse, so it's also reflexive. Levantarse, to get up. Ducharse o bañarse, to shower or to bath. Vestirse, to get dressed. Comer is a regular. Yo como, tú comes, él come, nosotros comemos, ustedes comen. Cocinar, to cook, regular as well. Cocino, cocinas, cocina, cocinamos, cocinan. Limpiar, to clean. Lavar, to wash. Dormir, to sleep, another important verb as well. So some other verb that we use when it's for work or business. So we have trabajar, to work. Ganar, like ganar dinero, to earn money. Pagar, to pay. We have comprar. Yo compro, tú compras, él compra, nosotros compramos, ustedes compran. So this is the conjugation. Vender, to sell. Enviar o mandar, to send. Reunirse is a reflective. Escribir is to write. Reunirse, to meet. And then we have some feeling and emotions, and we have start, very important verb. So here we have is the verb to be. So this is one of the verbs that we was studying at the beginning. It's a temporary and emotion as well, because you say yo estoy cansado, I am tired. Yo estoy triste, or tú estás triste. So that's why they said that it's a temporary emotion as well. We have sentir, so to feel. Amar, like querer or to love, very important verb as well. Yo amo, tú amas. And now there is when I put here amar and querer, which is to love. So I remember that my daughter was saying, because she found in Google how you say I love you, and Google was saying, yo te quiero, or yo te quiero. So that means that I want you. But really in Spanish, I love you is yo te amo, or yo te amo. So we use amar. So the verb amar for love, but querer is more for something that you want to something. No, I want a chocolate. So that is more querer. So be careful when you are going to use the verb querer and amar. No, don't use like Google that is saying yo te quiero. Well, yo te quiero is something that I want you, but with one affection. So it's more like if you say I love you, is going to say yo te amo, o tú me amas. So then we have odiar is to hate. Gustar, another regular verb. We have molestar, to annoy, preocuparse. So another reflexive verb. Alegrarse. Then we have some socializing and relationship. So we have conocer, to meet or to know. Yo te conozco. So it's a regular verb. Invitar, to invite, is a regular. Saludar, despedirse. Discutir, to argue. Then we have shopping and money. So we have comprar, We have again, I think that we saw here comprar in work and business, comprar again, pagar again, costar, something that costs money, costar, ahorrar is to save, devolver to return something, buscar, so is to look, to search. So we have for health and body, so we have sentirse, irregular, to feel like me siento mal, I feel sick, me siento. So remember that we was using how to use all the reflexive verbs. So you say yo me siento. That's why also that is irregular as well. So tener is to have as well. But here we are putting that if you have a fever, you say, yo tengo frío, I'm cold. Yo tengo fiebre, I have fever. So, so I have pain as well. So here we have as well other verb like curar, to heal. Tomar is tomar, to take like a medication. Yo tomo medicina. Descansar, to rest. To rest as well. And for technologies, we have usar, to use. Descargar, to download. Subir or upload. So that would be in this case, upload something. You say subir un archivo. Then we have enviar, like to send a message or email. And we have buscar, is to search. Learning, we have aprender, so to learn. Estudiar, like another regular verb, all these regular verbs. Yo aprendo, tú aprendes, él aprendes, nosotros aprendemos, ellos aprenden. Estudiar as well. Enseñar, recordar, olvidar, practicar. And here we have a list of irregular verbs, the most used as well. So let's go to take a look to, so the core of the verb would be the ser, to be. So very important irregular verb to know. We studied this one. The same like a star, we already was mentioned on this one. A star, tener is another important to have. Haber. So tener and haber is in English that would be almost the same, but in Spanish are in two different verbs, the same like a ser, a star. So haber is more for there is than basically to say to have. So for to have we will use more tener. Hacer is to do or to make. So you need to also to master this one, when to use it. And we are going to show you as well a tool when to use all those verbs. Poder is can, or to be able to do something, but most is like in English is can. Ir, to go. We have venir, to come. Querer, decir. And we have other co-verbs as well, also used, and would be dar, to give. Ver, oír. Conducir, volver. Caer, salir, traer. And we have some emotion and feeling verb like sentir, dormir. So we have another morir, and reír, and sonreír as well. So reír and sonreír, well, you can see reír is to laugh and sonreír is to smile. So we have some social communication verb, and we have saber, conocer, pedir, seguir, elegir, traducir. Then we have some daily action and routine. So we have despertarse, to wake up. And then we have vestirse. We have acostarse. We have jugar, cerrar, entender. And then we have work and learning. We have perder, to lose, pensar, construir, and incluir. So as you can see here, we have a list of irregular verbs that now I'm going to show you now what tool I would recommend you to use if you want to learn how to conjugate all these irregular verbs, because that will be two. Each one will be with different way how to conjugate, and there is a tons of rules, but the best is to learn each one. For example, if it's perder, to lose, you say yo puedo, tú puedes, él puedes, nosotros podemos, ellos pueden. So it changed the way that is perder, and that is what we call some esteem verb that also we change the from the verb, which is the infinitive verb perder, is changing when you are making the conjugation. Instead of to say perder, now say yo puedo. So that change is, so basically is changing the way from the infinitive to the conjugation. That is what we call a stem verb as well. That is how you change that. But let's go to, I'm going to show you right now a good website where you can take a look to and special tools that you are going to use in order to conjugate this those difficult verbs. So let's go to take a look now. All right, so the tool that I wanted to show you is SpanishDictionary.com, is this website. So as you can see here, there is the website is really good. They have a few things here like a grammar, some vocabulary, and special for Spanish. So, but the part that what we are interested is the part where they have the conjugation. So here we have to conjugate the verb. That is what we are interested to do. Of course, here we have the translation, vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. So you can check all these tools as well. As well, we have the present on how to conjugate. So they will teach you how to conjugate in a present, in present progressive, preterited, and imperfect. So they have some example and some other lesson that you can check around on this website. So in my opinion, I think it's really good. But what we are interested and I wanted to teach you is how to conjugate the verb. So for example, if we go in here, we can see the irregular verb. So that is special for irregular verb that is the most the harder to know, and when you want to know in a specific verb how to conjugate it, so you can just come here to this website and do the conjugation. So also there is the reflexive verb. So remember that we was studying the reflexive verb, but some reflexive verb are also irregular verb that are reflexive. So that is always good to check some of these verb as well. So here we have to do, for example, let's go to pick one verb that is irregular. So we go with poder, which poder, here we have the pronunciation. If you click in here, you have the pronunciation, poder. And here we have is to be able to do something. It's a power, something, right? So, so here we have in dictionary, we have some example how you can use poder and some expression as well. So here we have some expression. You can go also to here, which is going to bring you to some expression, and you can use how to use that in with some sample. And here we have, you can see as well when you can use with other sample and explain it, that poder can be like can. Mi novia puede bailar salsa. So my girlfriend can dance salsa. So basically is the can and in English. So also can be may as well. So in English, so when you like in Spanish, for somebody that learns Spanish is a little bit confused, because in English you will use can, may, might, all this. In Spanish we use only the verb poder, so it's only one verb. So so here we can see some example when you are using each one, which I think is good. Then here we have some sample as well. So if you go to these options, to this tab, You can see some sample how you can use it with the translation. So as well here again the pronunciation, when you can use the pronunciation each one, and also the in the thesaurus, so you can see the synonym and antonym and some sample as well. But here in conjugation tab, so this is what we want to learn. So the first one is, when you, if you want to do some practice of when you are using the verb, that is a good part that you can use the verb. So we are going to use in a present, right? So we are going to pick only the present. Then we are going to use only the verb. We are not going to use with reflexive, but you can use that as well. Also with the pronouns, so we are going to use all of them, but remember, we are not going to use vos or vosotros because that is more for Spain. Um, and that would be the verb. And here we have 10 questions. So if we start in start, so you can put here, yo no puedo. So here we conjugate that, and here said that is correct. So then you pass to the next one. Usted puede venir aquí. Usted puede venir aquí. So here he said that is correct. Alexandra and Daniel pueden bailar bien. So there we go, it's working. So, and then you can continue with the rest. Puedes, tú puedes correr rápido. So here we go, and that is correct. So, and then you can continue with this, with the rest. So now you understand how to use that. So then again, so that is how you can practice. So here we say, we can see as well that in the present, when you are using the ing, how to use it. Here you can see the pronunciation as well. You can click here for the pronunciation, and here how you do the past. So for the past, later we are going to practice the past. Maybe we are going to use as well this tool, because you can use the past, how you conjugate the past for each one, but we are going to study that. So here, if you want to use the vos and vosotros, so which is Spain, so you can click here and you will see how you will conjugate using vos or vosotros. But again, we don't use vos or vosotros, so we use only yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. So here you can see yo puedo, tú puedes, él, ella, usted puede, nosotros podemos, ellos, ellas, ustedes pueden. So this is the conjugation. And again, you are going to use that for the rest of all the verb. So for example, let's go to take another verb, for example, haber. So if you go to here again, so you have all the tabs, you have as well the practice, how you use the ing here in the present, habiendo, and here we have the conjugation. So this is the tool that I was that I wanted to show you today. If you don't have any dictionary, like if you have a book that you know how to conjugate the verb, that would be good. Otherwise, if you want to use the website, this website, that will help you with the conjugation and to use some sample. So that will help you to increase your learning for using the all the irregular verbs. So let's go back to the rest of the video to continue. But this is the website that I wanted to show you. Again, it's SpanishDictionary.com. You can. I'm going to leave the link in the description. I think that also you can subscribe to this website. I think that this is a good website. I think that they did a really good job on this. They work really hard. So I have, for example, here I have my membership. So and again, if you can just contribute with the website, I think that they did a really good job. So anyway, so I'm not trying to promote the website, but I think that is good. Why not? So again, there is all the few other tools that you can use as well. Like you can see vocabulary, classroom, grammar, some cheat sheet as well, but that you will need to have some subscription. All right, so another tool that we can use as well, that would be the dictionary, if you have a Mac. So here in my dictionary, I have, for example, different language that you can download. I think that you will have to go to preference and then open dictionary. Something like dictionary settings, and then you will be able to download some language. So here I have some language. So in that case, I have you can use the Spanish English. So you have Spanish and Spanish English, this one. And for example, if you put here hablar, another verb, say hablar or comer, comer. So here we have some sample how to pronounce, how to use them. So some example as well. So that is another option just to have. So some sample here, how to use the verb. Of course, that it doesn't have it doesn't have the how to conjugate, but at least you will have the meaning and what is about the verb. So this is a very important tool as well to have to master all the verb. So anyway, that will conclude. I guess that would be enough. So hopefully you like this class, how to use and what tool to use for this Spanish lesson. That would be the conjugation of irregular verbs and also the most verb use. So hopefully you like this class. Please leave a comment if you have any other question and if you need some help. So I will be more than happy to answer any question. And hopefully you will learn Spanish. Espero que aprendan español. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Hasta la vista. Chao.